have over 350 racers this morning, the largest ever.
Units responding on the brush fire. We have a report possible house involved. North Madison. Engine 105 when available, and I kept them on the assignment.
All units responding to Madison from Engine 107. We do have smoke in the area.
For 48 years, all denominations joined together so we as one can give thanks.
To all the veterans that are here today, thank you for your service.
Good evening. I can't hear you. Thank you. My name is Tom Adams, and I want to welcome you to the State of the City address this evening by our Mayor Lutz. I get the great job of getting to introduce VIPs, and before I do that, I want to tell you you're all very important to us or you wouldn't be here. And this is a terrible job because there's always someone that gets forgotten, so I will apologize in advance if I do that. But this evening we have some great people here representing Congresswoman Judy Chu, Enrique Robles. Enrique, would you stand, please? Representing Congresswoman Grace Napolitano, Hector Elizalde. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. Representing Senator Carol Liu, Joyce Royce Aguilera. Representing Assemblymember Roger Hernandez, Primo Castro. And our very own Joanne Montgomery, representing Citrus College. Joanne? You think Joanne's safe for re-election? From the Monrovia School Board, the folks that are responsible for making sure that our students are ready for the future, President Alex Zucco. Vice President Ed Gilliland, Board Clerk Rob Hammond, Board Member Terrence Williams, or who we call Big T, Board Member Brian Wong, and there's a really special group of people that I've invited to be with us this evening. That I want to acknowledge. You know, we hear so many bad things about our youth today, and that's unfortunately what makes the news, and we typically don't hear about the successes that are out there. And I'm thankful this evening we have 7 young adults from Canyon Oaks and Mountain Park, and they're right up here in the second row. And this is so important that they're here because they not only want to continue their education and become productive members of our community, but they want to know more about how our communities run. So this evening we have Sashari, please hold your applause until they're done. Emma, Katie, Alexa, Kylie, Demore, and Travis. Thank you all for coming. And a big shout out to Flint Fertig for getting them here. Flint, thank you very much. And last but not least, we owe a great thank you to Krikorian Premier Theaters. Krikorian never says no to Monrovia. They're a great corporate partner of ours, a great corporate citizen. They do great things, and if you ever want to see a great movie, you need to do it from the seat you're in tonight. So I'm going to pass this on to, I believe, Mayor Pro Tem Becky Shevlin? No? Alex Blackburn. I'm going to introduce Alex Blackburn.
Thank you, Tom. It's Mayor Pro Tem Alex Blackburn. Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. If you would join me in a pledge to our flag. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Councilmember Spicer.
Shall we pray? Most gracious Father, we come before you tonight, not only in the spirit of praise, but the spirit of thanksgiving. Thank you for the many blessings you so graciously bestowed upon our great city. Thanking you for providing the effective innovation solutions with the challenges we face in the city. I pray you continue to bless our mayor, city council members, and entire staff. I also pray that you continue to provide us with your wisdom, understanding, grace, peace, strength, and teamwork. Amen. And please welcome Councilmember Becky Shevlin.
Thank you, Larry. Well, it hardly seems possible that it's been a year since we were here. And as you saw from the video, there have been many great things that have happened in the last year. And tonight we're going to revisit some of those things, where we've been, where we are now, and where we are going in the future. And I know you don't want to hear a lengthy speech from me, so I am going to turn it over to our mayor, and it is my honor and pleasure to introduce my friend and colleague, Mayor Marianne Lutz, to present the State of the City.
Good evening. Thank you for being here as we look at our State of the City for 2014. I want to first and foremost thank our members of our City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Becky Shevlin, Council members Tom Adams, Alexander Blackburn, and Larry Spicer. Our City Clerk, Alice Atkins, and City Treasurer, Steve Baker. These are extraordinary individuals who have devoted their time to Monrovia's family. They, like everybody here, are committed to making Monrovia the best that it can be and ensuring a great future. They are dedicated servants that I am honored to be working alongside in Team Monrovia. I also want to thank our school board members who are here with us tonight. What an incredible impact you have on our youth. To our planning commissioners, community services commissioners, historic preservation, Old Town Advisory Board, Library Board, Teen Advisory Board, and Youth Commission, thank you for your service. And to my husband, Corey, of 34 years, thank you for being here tonight. There are those of you in this auditorium tonight who give volunteer countless hours to our communities. These are our service clubs. I see Kiwanians, Rotarians, the Quota Club, the Knights of Columbus, and our MAP neighborhood leaders are all here. Without a second thought, you give of yourselves. You give your money, you give your heart. Thank you for everything you do and you so graciously offer to our community. I see students. I see students and teachers and our city school employees. The passion that you have chosen is the passion of our future, our youth. And as I look into the future of this city, I am comforted by knowing that they are well-trained, well-coached, and well-educated, and well looked after. As I look out, I see many of our business leaders and our entrepreneurs. You chose Monrovia. You see the potential and the importance of being here, and we thank you and support you. We want to help you grow your business, to create more employment opportunities, to build upon the investment that you have already invested in our community. And I see our city employees here tonight. We have asked you to take on more, to go beyond the depths, and you have done so aptly and honorably, and we thank you for your service to this community. Over the past several years, Monrovia has endured many obstacles. The economy, the state, Mother Nature, unforeseen circumstances, and the winds of change have swept through our city. And yet, here we are, just as strong as ever. With the loss of redevelopment, we focused our energies on economic development. With the turnover in staff, we came together as Team Monrovia does, and we focused on our efficiencies and conducted a citywide organizational process. With budget constraints, we began a budget study sessions to actually complete and understand the financial picture in which will move us into the future. And with an eye on services, we focused our efforts strategically in Plan Monrovia. We are a forward-thinking community. Last year, we asked you, what should the city focus on over the next 5 years? Plan Monrovia is a joint vision between our community and our city council, which will help us decide which efforts we should use for our future. Overwhelmingly, your response was to focus on economic development. And this city council could not agree more. Let's focus on business. Let's focus on jobs and job development. The city of Monrovia provides services to this community based on sales and property taxes. Sales tax revenues account for 30% of our general fund. The better our businesses do, the more our community thrives. Our Chamber of Commerce is here tonight, including the newly elected Chamber President, Jennifer Stone. And can we just take a moment and applaud and thank all of our members of our Chamber of Commerce? Every quarter, the Chamber hosts small business seminars. Each month, they not only personally welcome the new businesses to our community, but they provide opportunities for business networking and getting together. They continually encourage us to shop local, and they increased our business-to-business transactions. Local business is so important. I and other members of our council have personally met with businesses in our community to check in, see what they need, and see how we can help them. We want to be your partner in your success, and good relationships and open communications will make that happen. Our mission is to strengthen Monrovia's economy and tax base by proactively retaining and attracting businesses to Old Town, the Gold Line Station, all around Huntington Drive, and Foothill Boulevard. We are proud to prevent a streamlined permitting and plan check processing. Monrovia has welcomed more than 216 new businesses in 2013. and 15 alone last month. This includes great new developments like Panera, Chipotle, and Smashburger on Huntington Drive. And Del Taco and the car wash will soon open near Mountain Avenue. And last year, we welcomed our very first microbrewery. There are many reasons why businesses choose to come to Monrovia. Businesses here have employees that live in Old Town and walk to work. Other businesses bring international people to our community who stay in our hotels and dine in our great restaurants. And very soon, Mount Sierra College students will one day ride the Gold Line and then spend their days at a beautiful new campus. Old Town. Old Town provides an alluring shopping and dining experience with designated and distinguished real estate and with realtors and retailers and business services. I would like to take just a moment to thank those businesses in our Old Town district for the hard work that they have continually done to make this such a unique destination. But our businesses are not the only ones who are helping us spur our economic development. Our schools become the feeder organizations for these businesses, providing a pool of innovative, hardworking, and forward-thinking employees. The Monrovia Adult School, the ROP, and Mount Sierra College are providing curriculums and training that directly correlates to the skills that our local businesses are looking for. Our Monrovia Public Library provides valuable services and training to job seekers. For these and many other reasons, we have been named one of Los Angeles' most business-friendly cities, and we want to keep it that way. In order to retain all of these amenities, economic development cannot be our only focus. You said one of the main focuses for the city of Monrovia should be our environment. I agree. In 2011, I became a proud owner of an electric vehicle. I bought the car from a local dealership, Sierra Auto Cars, and I contracted for the installation of a charging station from a high-tech business in Monrovia, Aero Environment. And by the way, they've been doing high-tech, energy-efficient cars long before it was cool. It is so much easier to go green when local infrastructure and businesses support it. And we are proud to say that our business community is behind this commitment all the way. And Monrovia, our community, expressed the ultimate commitment to our environment 14 years ago when we passed a bond measure to protect our hillsides, creating a preserve that would keep it safe from development and open for all of us to enjoy. After a long wait, the first 2 trails in the Wilderness Preserve were opened last year. This weekend, you can go up there and enjoy this hillside and be pleased to be in what we have all worked so hard to gain. Julian Fisher Park is well on its way to its current upgrades. After receiving a $250,000 grant from Supervisor Michael Antonovich to replace their playground equipment. And thanks to our hardworking volunteers and staff at Canyon Park, the haunted hike after a 5-year hiatus was back and scarier than ever. Canyon Park was named one of the 10 top things to see in Los Angeles by KPPC Radio. Plus, thanks from a tip from one of our local residents, Penny Katz, look for replacement playground equipment at Grand Avenue Park and at a substantial savings as well. I'm proud, so proud to announce that the City of Monrovia is the 5th participating city in Los Angeles County to receive the Gold Level Award for Energy Efficiency from the San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments and Southern California Edison. Since 2010, our city's green team has been looking for more ways to be efficient. Through their creative efforts, we have reduced our energy output by 10% and a savings of 1.3 million kilowatts of energy from our city's facilities. That is enough power for 191 homes for a full year, saving the city about $33,000 annually in energy costs. Our lighted traffic signals now are equipped with photo cells. Our HVAC systems in the community center are more efficient. We have made upgrades to all 3 of our water wells and to our water booster pumps. Not to mention that we have accumulated energy savings of $195,000 in this city since 2006. And we also took an additional $28,000 that were provided to us just this last year. This year, our Old Town will be equipped with LED lighting. We started last year, and 400 of our 750 bulbs have already been replaced. Through this project, we are beginning to make huge strides to our next goal, reaching platinum status of energy efficiency, only the 2nd city in Los Angeles County to do so. We have always been a leader in our region. Weeks ago, when the governor announced a state of emergency and asked cities to conserve water, Monrovia is already conserving water. Our Water for Life programs and 20% reduction by 2020 goals are already in place. During this time of drought, we will do even more to conserve because we do it as a team. Just look at our approach to stormwater. So the stormwater permit, as it stands, is a seemingly unsurmountable, unfunded mandate from state and federal regulations. It is not the only unfunded mandate, but it is the most expensive one we have seen in some time. And I want you to know that I have teamed up with our representatives in Sacramento and Washington, D.C., and with mayors all across this country. We're leading the way to ensure that when these regulations are made, that they are more than just policy taking into consideration. That when they make these regulations, they think about the fiscal impact of these policies on our communities. Now, we do not disagree with the spirit of the stormwater permit. It is important that we keep our water sources, our rivers, and our spreading grounds and oceans clean. And we're moving forward to achieve that. Soon, the city will have a green street policy and development standards that will increase water infiltration and will stop trash and other material from going downstream. More than ever, it is important that we realize that we are not on our own. The focus will be on partnership. This year, we graduated 13 new MAP leaders and 24 new youth leaders. Hundreds came to our neighborhood conference, proving that so many of our residents value the contributing to our community through partnership. The National Day of Volunteering, Make a Difference Day, is a partnership between our service clubs and organizations in our community and hundreds of residents who are willing to take a Saturday afternoon out of their time to help those who are less fortunate. The third annual New Year's Eve was a partnership of the Old Town merchants. And the result was a fantastic, fun, and safe way to ring in the new year. The same goes for our Taste of Monrovia, sponsored by Kiwanis, and our Healthy Kids Day, sponsored by the YMCA. Our Oversight Board is a partnership between the city, the county, and our school districts to help us unwind the redevelopment agency. And this year, I am happy to announce another great partnership with the City of Arcadia. 2 years ago, our fire department with the Los Angeles County Fire Chiefs sought to build a state-of-the-art facility for training right here in Monrovia. This has been one of the most active fire seasons we have seen in a long time, a reason why it is so important that all of our staff are properly trained. It is my pleasure to announce that the construction of the training facility at Station 102 is currently underway. Utilizing multiple training rooms, the training tower will be open to agencies all over Los Angeles County. With a cutting-edge video conference center, Monrovia will be able to cross-train our staff and other communities' firefighters without ever leaving the city of Monrovia. And all of this is made possible at no cost to the city of Monrovia, thanks to many public grants and to the city of Arcadia. This evening, Arcadia's Fire Chief, Ken Norwood, is here with us tonight. Ken, we would like you to please stand. We'd love to say thank you for everything you've done and all of your support. In May of last year, the Madison fire hit our hillsides. And while it was not the biggest fire we've ever seen, we are certainly feeling the impact. The Madison fire spread to 125 acres and took more than 200 firefighters from various districts. It spread quickly over very difficult terrain. Thanks to low wind and a rapid response from our fire department, not one resident, home, or structure was damaged. Yes. The fire burned everything on that hillside. And without vegetation, the area has become susceptible to mudslides. Thanks to mutual aid efforts from LA County's Public Works, we were able to put in mitigation efforts to ensure that even after the fire, no residents, homes, or structures are harmed. For those of you who don't know or don't live in the area, there are now over 5,000 feet of K-rails surrounding the homes around the fire area to mitigate those potential mudslides. I would like now to address the residents living in the Madison fire area. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. A K-rail is not an easy thing to live with. We know that. And that's why we're doing everything in our power to speed up the seeding process so that you can get your neighborhood back. And tonight, I would like to thank our police department and our fire department for the extraordinary work that they have done with all of the volunteers that helped right alongside of them. Thank you so much. Monrovia is a safe community. It's a safe community because every day men and women are ensuring that it stays that way. Our gang injunction is working, thanks to our SET team and our officers on patrol. In 2011, 12,000 state prisoners were released into the communities of LA County. Every city has had impact from this realignment. We have worked closely with Los Angeles County, the Department of Probation, and our elected officials to make sure that our streets are safe. And we have made great strides through the regional effort with the West San Gabriel Valley Anti-Crime Task Force. Monrovia is vigilant and proactive, and the results of those efforts are extraordinary. We are experiencing the lowest crime rate in 30 years. Our Part 1 crimes, that's the crimes that are violent and property crimes, have reduced by 16% from last year. And this is due primarily to our partnerships and to the proactive steps that we have been taking to address the criminal issues. Neighbors are becoming more active through the MAP program. Neighborhood watch captains are staying alert and calling in when they see something in their neighborhood. Code enforcement inspections and the community policing efforts are educating our landlords on how to bring in better tenants. Monrovia Community Mediation Team continues to work together to address the issues before they become major concerns. All of these issues, combined with our patrol, have made Monrovia the safest we have been in 30 years. Our city's youth employment service, yes, is just another way that we're tackling this safety issue head on. By providing summer jobs to our youth at risk, we have successfully reduced tardiness and absenteeism for those in the program and improved their grade point average. Many of these youth have gone on to college or even secured jobs. These proactive programs are key. It is so important that we reach these people before they reach our prison system. The YES program is a success. And last year, Monrovia received the Helen Putnam Award from the from the League of California Cities, receiving statewide recognition for our efforts of proactively taking on youth intervention. Safety takes a combination of the right officers and giving them the right tools. So we're focusing on technology, iPads for the fire inspectors, electronic hospital reporting for our firefighter paramedics, personal video cameras and in-car computers to enhance safety for our officers, emergency radio communications for our park rangers, tools that maximize efficiency when the officers are writing their reports, and a $250,000 grant to redo our dispatch center. We're giving technology to our residents as well. Nexel, the emergency text alert and notification system. If you have not already signed up for this, please do so. We want to keep you updated. That's why we have updated and reorganized our website. It's why we value our social media organizations. It's why we provide free Wi-Fi in all of our city's buildings and expanded workshops in our library to focus on the benefits of technology. It's why we built a city app so that you could find out what's going on in your community. Let's stay connected. There are many of you here tonight who grew up in Monrovia, who understand its history and seek to preserve it for the next generation. It comes of no surprise to me that historic preservation was named one of Monrovia's top priorities. And we wholeheartedly agree. We commit to the preservation of our historic homes, structures, sites, and districts with the sensitivity to the context in which they sit. Right here in Library Park, we celebrated the 100th birthday of our very own Morton Bay fig tree. Historic preservation. Historic preservation creates an investment in property improvements. It increases historic tourism and improves property values. 40 years ago, our city was rebounding. The age of redevelopment brought us a revitalization of our old town, an installation of a high-tech corridor, and a focus on a safer, more vibrant city. We balanced retail and development with preservation. We kept our past in mind. And moving forward, it is our responsibility to maintain that balance. Over the next few years, Monrovia is going to once again enjoy the development of public improvements. Our redevelopment properties are poised for opportunity. Private development is taking off. And there is one thing on our minds: Gold Line. This 15.5-mile extension of the light rail system that goes through San Gabriel Valley will usher in 1 million riders through Monrovia every month. It creates accessibility to Monrovia that we have never had before and changes the landscape of our town. But we don't see those results right now. Right now, we're enduring construction. Myrtle Avenue is closed, and we will see temporary closures of Mountain and Magnolia. Please remember, the businesses in these areas are open. Please support them during these construction months. These temporary construction zones, however, are going to bring us long-term benefits to this community. The Metro Gold Line Operations Campus is scheduled to be fully turned over to the Metro Board in fall of 2015, and the rail will follow soon after. In fact, just today, the Gold Line announced that 50% completion of the Foothill Extension construction from Pasadena to Azusa has taken place. I see more than 11.5-mile rail extension, or a maintenance and operations campus, or a 344-space parking lot. I see opportunity. Monrovia is the only city along the line with $25 million to improve the area around our station. And you better believe we are going to take full advantage of that. Station Square will bring public gathering spaces, enhanced bike routes, green streets, more street trees, public art, new residential developments, and a vastly improved intersection at Myrtle and Doherty Road. We will become the destination, the premier destination along the foothills by investing in ourselves, by investing in public improvements. And it will all center around a very important and historic structure right in the center. Our very own Santa Fe Depot that tugs at our heartstrings. Our commitment to historic preservation means that in this area, we will focus not just on economic development and the sustainability measures, but we will mirror the historic nature of our depot and our beautiful Old Town. Gold Line and Station Square are high-profile projects. Much of what we see focused, and the highlight is going to be centered around the amenities that Monrovia will make. But our infrastructure, our backbone, they cannot be ignored. In fact, they must be placed in the forefront of our decision-making. Our infrastructure and facilities provide Monrovia residents, businesses, visitors with vital comforts. Our streets, traffic signals, street lights, water lines, sewer lines, storm drains, parks, and even our city buildings. We use these systems every day, and we are committed to bringing a developed program for long-term maintenance, prioritizing these systems so you will never have to worry about them. It starts with deferred maintenance. We need to repair or replace what cannot be patched or ignored. Next comes a study to create capital improvement plans to assure our infrastructure is reliable and that its useful life lasts as long as possible. This year, thanks to federal funds that we acquired in 2011, the remainder of Huntington Drive will be completely repaved. And I would like to welcome our new Public Works Director, Carl Hessel, who has come on board to make all of these projects come to life. Carl, where are you? Plan Monrovia has ambitious goals. I would expect nothing less from the town that I love. But to ensure we meet all these goals, Monrovia must have a sound fiscal plan. Fiscal responsibility has always been a top priority. The good news is our sales tax and our property taxes are trending upwards towards the pre-recession time. Our businesses are diverse and stable, and we have adopted a structurally balanced budget. But we still face challenges. Over the past 6 months, the City Council and I have sat through multiple budget study sessions. Budgets are complicated, and there's so many different aspects to consider. For example, we need to maintain adequate reserves for economic uncertainty and emergencies. Right now, our reserve level is at 14%. Our goal is 20%. We did bring in over $2 million in grant funding last year alone for one-time projects. But we need to be able to fund ongoing costs with ongoing revenues. And I am happy to report that all of our employees at the city are paying their full share of their pension cost. But pensions are still slotted to increase. We are 4 months into an organizational study that will help us look at where we can streamline internally so that we can become more efficient. This means utilizing things such as our volunteers, like the 370 volunteer applications we had last year. We need to look at all of these different ways to contain our costs or to generate new revenues. The city of Monrovia has faced unprecedented change over the last few years. Every city in California has. But what sets us apart is the way we respond. Change is difficult. Change is uncomfortable. But change is what makes us great. The winds of change can bring opportunity. We're in the process of naming a new city manager. And in the meantime, I would like to thank our interim city manager, Fran Delatch. Mr. DeLatch brought wisdom, expertise, energy, and a great sense of humor to our City Hall, and we will miss him. This year, we said goodbye to our longtime Community Services Director, April Soash. Her kind of dedication and service cannot be replaced, but this year, we will name her successor. Last year, we processed 1,100 building permits, up from by 55% from 2012. We're starting to see the results of this economic recovery. This year, we will see new developments, new residential improvements, and further investment in our community. BMW is expanding. Mayachi Unitech is renovating a new facility at the corner of Myrtle and Duarte Road to make our transit area more effective. The development of one of the most traveled intersections in our city at 5th and Huntington will begin this year. And soon, we will welcome into our Old Town 18 new units on the corner of Ivy and Olive Avenues. Opportunities with businesses abound, and we are keen to attract more high-tech businesses and startups to build to the intellectual capital that is already here. And we're investing in our health. We joined the Foothill Fitness Challenge, and we brought the most number of participants than any foothill city. I am so excited to tell you that just 2 weeks ago, Monrovia was awarded $25,000 from the U.S. Conference of Mayors to form a partnership with our YMCA Boys and Girls Club and School District, creating Fit Together. And it's a program aimed at our Monrovia's youth to keep them healthy and to keep them active. As eager as I am for all of the opportunity before us, success in Monrovia is never assured. It's the result of hard work, collaboration, and a daring leadership. We must all pitch in. We all have a role to play. As we work together, it is my hope that our path forward will focus on our hopes rather than our fears, that our ideals rather than our limitations, and be grounded in our creativity, passion, and desire to do better. It is my hope that we meet these challenges ahead and bring forward to life both the opportunities before us and those that we have not even imagined yet. We will consistently strive to grow this place we call home, Monrovia. Thank you, Team Monrovia. Good night.